Good morning, Tribal Jazzman Scholar. We humans engage in varied levels of absurdity on a regular basis. That sounds kind of harsh, but we can be so completely insane in the way we think and behave and interact. We can be so inhumane in the way we approach one another. And I'm mentioning this because the question to me is, when are we sane and when are we not sane? What is real and what is false? We have so many historical examples of sort of collectively held beliefs, legally sanctioned behaviors that we now look back at and say, oh gosh, never do that again. You know, we'll never pay colonists in New England for the scalp of a Native American child. Things that are in our history that are hard to fathom against what we consider to be rational, sane behavior today. But I know that human beings are able to manipulate their conceptions and perceptions to such a degree that they can find things acceptable to them that perhaps don't really meet the criteria of morality, acceptable criteria of humane behavior. And I look at our institutions, and I'm embedded in the institutions. I work for the county of Los Angeles as a public school teacher, and I'm asked to do all sorts of things as a teacher, and to accept systems of instruction and segregation of kids by age and content that someone has decided is what they should have. And then I sit in wild nature and I feel the earth beneath my feet, and I hear the birds, and I look at the plants, and I sense my ancestry, and I feel my humanness, my animalness, and I begin to understand, for me, what's real and what's valuable and what's meaningful. And it's a great relief in those moments to have a sense of what is sane and real, and how incredibly good human beings are in spite of our wars and violence, institutionalized, much of it. But I can see that as sort of the immaturity of our species, expressed in the institutions that continue to oppress people and exploit people and uphold injustices. So I see that as a human weakness, a human immaturity that with time will unravel. I believe that deeply in the goodness. But as a member of an institution of public schooling, I'm sometimes struck by my own acquiescence to the system. And I'm increasingly finding it more and more difficult to accept what I'm being asked to do with children. I believe everybody should become articulate learners and able to read and write complex ideas and to manipulate numbers very, very competently, understand numbers. Maybe more than ever, I feel that that's valuable, but I'm not willing anymore really to feed that to kids by creating oppressive structures within which I can force kids to do what I ask them so that they learn. And I want them to realize their own calling as a student, a disciple of life, one who learns out of just the embedded passion in our bones to learn. So I'm in a quandary for many reasons as a teacher. And I'm grateful that I'm reflecting and considering, but it's a challenge to find the path that is resonant with my belief, consonant with my values, and yet which allows me to at least answer to the people that are paying me, and to answer to them in a way that I feel is justifiable, to say I'm doing it this way because of this, and if that's acceptable to you, I will continue. And I don't know yet how to balance all these things. I'm committed to it. Tribal Jazzman Scholar, thanks.